Hey everyone, welcome to a live broadcast from the train room. I'm your host Jack Tech. Uh, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What I'm more likely gonna do is I'm gonna switch the outside out. Whenever I get my engines back around here. Oh, sorry, I've been taking a nap all day. So let me get my head straight. I just woke up about 10 minutes ago. Oh, okay. What's in this package? Oh, right. Oh, okay. A surprise. Okay. I spent the whole morning after I went live. I spent the whole morning fixing the inside main over here, getting stuff situated. Hey, Bruce. I had a few issues over there, so that's what I've been doing. Everybody got their nap in? Hey, Gray. What's going on? No, dynamic brakes are not on. Well, it's not raining here. It's like 101 outside right now. All right, we're gonna start up here in the corner. I gotta put the cars back in there. I took them out because I was trying to. I'm in Corsicana, Texas, south of Dallas. Yep. Y'all just get mild heat. We get real hot heat. Y'all think 96 degrees with humidity is hot. Try 100 and 103, 101 and 103 with humidity. Arizona don't get humidity, they get dry heat. So it doesn't feel as hot as it is outside. But here, when you add humidity, yeah, that's hot. 103 feels like 108 outside. 101 feels like 105, 106 outside. Yeah, that's hot. Oh, I got that switch line up there. No, I don't have it lined. Okay. Oh, I do have it line switched up there. Video, when did you do it? Alert. I got alert for Sparky and I saw Sparky's and I saw our Toy Man's. All right, y'all know the routine, but I'm gonna do something different. This car is ready to be pulled. This car is ready to be spotted, but they don't want this car. They want this car, so it's gonna be detailed switching. All right, let's see how that works. So we're going to do a little switching here. We're going to set that pro car in and spot it. Come back, set the other car out, and come back in and spot the Engelhart car. Hey, Lenny. You doing all right, sir? Okay, that's our spot car right there. It's spotted. I already spotted when I put that Engel car in. While I'm doing this, I'm going to be blocking my train as well. Can anybody tell me what you're supposed to be doing when you're backing the train in? or clear of Ralph Chemicals. Did anybody get what I asked? Did anybody get the question that I asked? All right, we're gonna head to our next destination. Oh, okay. I didn't see that down there. My bad. A constant horn and bell. Non-stop horn and bell. No, I didn't say it. No, no, it's not three horns. It's a continuous horn and bell. When you're spotting a car, you always want to go in with horn and bell. Where I used to work at, they required us to do horn and bell. Yeah, that's basically what it's all about. You do it throughout every spotting. Every car you back in a spot, you hit the horn and bell. Like now. Damn it. It's okay. All right, we are clear of the sugar processing plant. All right, I got this engine on running. I got this engine off. It's in idle, but it's still showing power, so I still have double power. But what I'm doing is emulating only one engine, using one engine. Most of the time, you may see two engines running or one engine. Sometimes, if the job is a little easy, they will idle one of the engines. Next stop, Sparky's, whatever. Sparky's. Shoot, I don't know. Like I said, what I'm doing is blocking my train as I go. So as you can see, the hoppers are the M4s, the tank cars are M3, and the box cars are M1 or M2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shove these in the clear. I have a fly in here that is aggravating the heck out of me, and I'm about to kill it. All right. Detail switching down here. We're going to pull the MO pack box car, set it to the main. They want the New Orleans box car to go in. So the way we're going to do this is this way. Oh yeah. What is the number one thing I forgot to do on the first two? What was the first thing I was supposed to do? that I didn't do. Oh, you did? That switcher needs to be over there at that grain elevator. Yeah, there you go, Bruce. I forgot to pull the blue flags. Yeah. Oh. Oh, let's fly. Go. Boy. Yeah. Where are you going to put the red lights? Just at certain areas on the track, if you have to do maintenance work, there'll be a red flag there. I don't have bugs like that for a bug zapper. I think your video is in there playing, Roy. Oh, baby, come on. I said I think your switching video is playing in there in the, on the computer. I don't know for sure or not. Oh, you did? What, you been just finding cars left and right in there? All right, the PLG. That reminds me of what I saw yesterday on eBay. I found a Walters EMD SD60 Norfolk Southern with lock sound in it for $177. That's pretty cheap for with lock sound. They had another one on there for $184. Red sign. Lock. Then I can find some. Oh, okay, sweet. Ow, I just hit the hell out of it. What's wrong, lady? All right, we're done with that. Now we're heading over here to Gentech. Pedro? Welcome. Well, like I said earlier, I red flagged most of the layout because I've been working on this here. I've been working on this. I've been working on the track behind us where the concrete mix is. And I worked on the track up there right behind Ajax. So I've been pretty busy. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to do this a little different over here. As you know, I am blocking my train for the outbound, so all the hoppers here are M4s. So we're going to go straight in, pick up that hopper. You bad, bad, bad hopper. Really? You son of a tutti frutti. Okay, y'all behave now. Now, y'all make sure to look at the switching order. These two cars are to be set out. That car we got to put back, but we got two cars on the inside. So as you can see, we got quite a bit of switching to do for a second. And we haven't even put the other three hoppers together to get. I don't want y'all to repeat that because I know y'all probably can't repeat it. Set out two. Set out two. Set out two. Set back one. Set out two. Set two back in. Set back one. Set out two. No, set two back in. 2, 1, 2, 2. 2, 1, 2, 2. Yeah, that'll be the last move. And then these cars are going directly to Crestline in a hot shot. We got to hot shot these 4 cars to Crestline. Set the other 2 in. Then we're going to shove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the main, which is the train, and then come back and and start spotting that's on the engine. Well, the full cars that's on the engine, and pretty much be blocked. Quite yet, but it will be blocked. This other Pacific car goes back into that area. Okay? You car, why you gotta be uncoupled? The spring is out on that coupler again, so I gotta replace the spring. Now, when the engine is like 10 to 15 cars away, they can't hear the horn. So what you do, you just gotta hit it, keep hitting the horn. Am I buffering too much or anything? Be 3 hours. See how slow I'm going? The Jackson 3 hour switching tour. Okay. No, I don't. I need to get some. You know how you can tell where you're supposed to clear the mark? Oh, it's a lock. Oh, it's really locked in there. You know how to catch, you can tell when you clear the mark from the top of the points on the switch. You take half the car, which what I got right here, and then a car. So it's a car and a half from the points on the switch to a full car. So it's a car and a half, and you will split the clearance. Well, pretty much split the mark clearance. So when I stop this car, you will see that it was a car and a half. A little bit too much. Oh, y'all scanned the car? I did that one time. We was down in E Yard. We was over in E Yard, and I told the guy, I said, "Hey, I don't think we're gonna clear that mark. You know that them handrails are sitting right on the mark, and the coupler. He was going by the coupler, and I told him, don't do it. It's gonna skin that car. He's like, it'll fit, it'll fit, it'll fit. I said, okay. So I gave the call to shove on back to the cut. So when I shoved on back to that cut, right when it hit the turn into track 3, all you heard was I said, that will do, that will do. I said, didn't I tell your dumbass that car wasn't going to clear the switch? Clear that damn hopper? Oh, man. He's like, keep going, that's fine, it'll clear up. I said, no, let's drag this car back out. Shoot, we probably get a red flag on that car. All right, we got our cars. Now we're gonna shove in. Slow. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I can't even see. I didn't see something. Oh, I can't reach. I work for this small private contractor called RailServe. We worked at this chemical plant over here in Longview, and it was just a contractor company. They just switched our cars for the plant. Oh, you did too? Shut up. Say, which plant did you contract for? RailServe? Oh, okay. That was I know they was right out of they did a job right out of Cincinnati, right outside Cincinnati. And somewhere up in Chicago, outside Chicago. Yeah. All right. No, they only did private company contracts. Like chemical plants that had their own rail service, like their own yards, their own plant rail separated from the main line. How many companies did they do? Did they do BNSF and UP, or did they do CSX or Norfolk Southern up there? I'm talking about the shove out to the outbound. Yeah, yeah. My, I am not alone. I feel so blessed now. I say they asked me to come back. They want me to come back. I said I'll think about it. I keep getting letters from them wanting me to come back to work. Do you get letters? I know, right? You heard they gave up. Hey, oh, wait a minute. Let me tell you what happened with RailServe. You know they gave us shitty pay, right? They gave us a real shitty pay. Excuse my language, everybody. They changed their pay rate. If you haven't heard about it, they start out. Yeah, no, 13 hours, please. I was out there for between 15 to 16 hours. Okay, 15 to 16 hours. Okay, my longest day there was 22 hours. I think I said this the other day. I was there for 22 hours. You know, they started paying up. They started up. I was there, what, 12, 13 years ago now? I was, my start out pay was $9.50 an hour. Nine, yeah, yeah, yeah. And you get paid every. I know. This was. Listen to me. This was the BS I got from them, and they wanted me to stay working out there for $9.50. My best paycheck out there, when I had worked them 22 hour day, my best paycheck was a little over 1,000. And the reason why I got a little over 1,000 because I was staying out there between 13 to 15 hours a day. Okay, so 2 years ago, I went up there to the company because I thought about going back. I know. But hear me out, Lenny. So I went up there. They had a new foreman, guy from UP. They got this guy from UP. He was there already for 2 years. The other guy retired. The other foreman, I believe his name was Joe, retired. And he asked me to fill out an application and come bring it back and come on up there. Since I've already worked there, he said it wouldn't be no problem with doing everything. We'll just have to do the drug test and all that. And then the next day we want you working. I said, okay, sure, sounds fine. I said, what is the pay rate? He said the pay rate start out at $15.25. You get paid every week now, not every other week. You get paid every week now. You get paid $15.25 an hour. You max out at 17, 1760, 1860. I said, oh, okay. I said, how long do it takes you to get your final pay, your final pay raise? He said, well, yeah, I'll take that too. Yeah. He said, you will have to stay here 3 years to max out your pay. I said, oh, that ain't nothing. Okay. That was 2 years ago, almost 3 years ago when I went up there. I still get emails and letters from them wanting me to come back, but I decided decided not to go back just yet. Okay, which is fine. Um, I think a year and a half ago, a friend of mine that used to work up there, he got on at BNSF because BNSF. I did not know this was going on at BNSF. BNSF was hiring all these rail serve people. I did not know this. I did not. BNSF hired 4 guys that used to work up there, and now they doing the switching over here at the Fort Worth yard, at BNSF Fort Worth yard, the big yard, the big Hump Hill yard. I was like, wow. And he told me that what I needed to do was go fill out an application online with BNSF. And I was like, yeah, let me think about it. I want to go back. Lenny, this is the thing. I want to go back, but I don't want to work those hours again. I don't want to work those hours. Those hours was treacherous. They was hard, you know? Oh yeah, we were. Yeah, but you didn't let the foreman or anybody see you when you kicking those cars, right? You know that was illegal. So hell yeah, it was illegal. Kicking cars for rail serve was illegal. It was in the it's in the handbook. Okay, we're gonna set that car and then we're gonna, yeah, yeah, exactly. I tried my best. I did that one time. I did that one time, Lenny, and I tell you what, that had to be the most fun thing I've ever done is kick that car. Well, I was like, man, this is fun kicking cars. And somebody, one of the plant supervisors saw us doing that and called the foreman and told them that we was done. I know, and told them that we was out there kicking cars and all of us got reprimanded for it. I was like, man, it was just 2 cars that we kicked. We kicked a tank car and a hopper. That was it. It was just 1 cars out of 22 cars in that, and they was on the very bottom of the train that we had pulled out of the yard. One was going to the Santa Fe track, and the other one was a spot car that was going to the plant. So I was like, man, let's just. So you know me, I said, fuck it. Excuse my language. So what I did is I closed the anchor cock on one end and closed the anchor cock on the other. I had that tank car on air. So I just nudged it and let it roll, kicked that car to the Santa Fe line. Came back, dragged up about 3 or 4 tracks, and then had a hopper. It was a spot car. And we put our spot cars in track 2 or track 3 because the other crew was waiting on those cars and we was going to get in the clear because I was just trying to hurry up and get it done. You know what I'm saying? So I did the same process. I closed the anchor cock on one end, closed the anchor cock on the other end, lift the bar, nudged it, lift the bar, and let it roll into track 2. When it rolled in and slammed into 3 hoppers that was going to the backside of 2 rail. And once I did that, I looked around and I saw this white truck. Saw this white truck. Well, it wasn't. It was an empty car. It was an empty car. The tank car was a loaded tank car. Yeah, it was loud. Yeah, it was loud back there, but that tank car was loaded and the hopper was empty. The only thing I hated doing was weighing cars. I hated weighing cars. I hated weighing cars. I really did. Okay, we're gonna PLG. We're gonna shove down there. I hated weighing cars because you got to get the car on the weigher. You got to uncouple one end, and then you got to uncouple the other end, and then you got to let it sit there. And if you got a tank car that's loaded, you know it sways back and forth because of the chemical. Man, we had one of those 65-foot chemical tank cars that we was gonna weigh, and this how bad this son of a gun got. We put the car on the weigher, okay? Now be mindful, we uncoupled it and blow the air. We had blowed the air on the car, okay? When we blowed the air on the car, you know, the chemical in there started swaying back and forth. So by the time we had set the car on the weigher and we and we blew the air, the sway back and forth pushed the car off the weigher, and it did it 3 times. 3 times. So the woman up in dispatch that's doing the weigh, she couldn't get the exact weigh on the car. So we had to turn around, couple up to the car, shove it right back on the weigher. And this time I said, shoot, tie the handbrake. Just tie the handbrake. We tied the handbrake. And I mean, we tied it. Oh, it did? Oh, man. We didn't have that. We didn't have that at all. So we had to tie that car down just to get it to stay. Then dragged up, and then we got to fix the weigh. So we had to shove, make the couple, put the air on everything, and then do the next car. And now we got all 4, we had like 7 or 8 65-footer tank cars, you know, the big ones. Pain in the butt. Yeah, we didn't have those. We didn't have those. They wouldn't let us lock the wheels down like that. They didn't want no chalk on the wheels. We couldn't chalk the wheels down like that. They would not let us do it. It had to sit on the way. Yep. Yep. Yeah, I miss it. I miss it a lot. I just don't miss the hours. Because they had a rotating shift, you know. Because the plant was 24/7. 24 hours, 7 days a week. Except on Thanksgiving and Christmas. Thanksgiving and Christmas and I think the 4th of July. They would have a crew there, but they would have a skeleton crew. And that crew would be there. There would be a day crew and then a night crew. And all they did on those days was oh, hell no. No, I couldn't do that. I couldn't. So you work one day and then you go the next day night. The way we had it, every quarter, we had it like every quarter. You know, there's 4 quarters in a year. The first quarter, you worked on day shift. We had 5 crews. We had, oh yeah? Oh, okay. On hours, we had 5 crews. We had the morning crew that come in at 6 o'clock. We called that C yard. That was the C yard crew. Then the D yard crew for the big yard was the 8 o'clock crew. And then we had the 11 o'clock crew was E yard, which was pretty much I did most of the time. And then we had the 1 o'clock crew was the same as the 6 o'clock crew. They do all the spot and drops on the within the plant. And then after the 1 o'clock crew come in, we had a 5 o'clock crew. The 5 o'clock crew was in charge of the tank rack. They would clear and spot the tank rack for washing the tank cars, because every car that came in the plant had to be washed out. They steamed the cars. They steam the cars every day. Clean new cars that come in, they clean them, and then after that, after the 5 o'clock crew, there was there was a 11 o'clock crew, and their main job was the same as the 6 and the 1 o'clock crew. Switch out the spot and drops all throughout the plant if they can. So right. But I had a good guy that trained me. He been with the plant for nearly 20. He been rail served now going on almost 30, 40 years. He left UP and went there. When I say he knew his stuff, he knew it. He taught every guy that worked up there. He trained. He trained everybody. What kind of engines did y'all have? Did y'all have some old Jeep 10s and Jeep 20s and Jeep 9s? Oh man, we had a Jeep 9 low nose. We call her Big Red. She was an old Canadian Pacific. We had a Conrail switcher, a 1500 switcher. I only had one stack fire. I only had one, and that was on Little Red. Little Red was popping out fire left and right. I was like, y'all, that thing is kicking oil. That thing got an oil leak somewhere. Couple. Say, question. How many derails did you have in 1 month? Oh, wow. You lucky. How many derails did y'all have in 1 month? Are you serious? We would have at least 4 derails. We would have at least 4 derails a month. 4. Out of the 40-some years that 30-some years rail serve been out there, they only had 1 fatality. 1 fatality. That's it. I remember that one. That was when this guy was spotting some cars. This is when I was like little. It was on the news. It was something that never happened out there at that plant. Guy was spotting cars, and somehow we was up there in A yard. The A yard is where we set all the outbound cars to take to D yard. All the spot cars get weighed, and once we weigh them, they go to A yard, and then from A yard they go up to D yard for final destination for outbound. What had happened was he was near the there's this I guess you can call this lake moat. Oh, we had the best track maintenance out there. The only problem was everybody was not lining the switch until the car cleared the points. That's when we had derails. You know, if you had a tank car, and this is, I saw this dude do this. I was on the other train engine, sitting down watching him line the switch. The car would get up there when he said that will do. The tank car was swaying back and forth, and if you got a whole bunch of cars that's full of chemical and they were swaying back and forth, he wasn't thinking about the cars were gonna sway back and forth. So by the time he had lined that, before he even got close to lining the switch, the car was halfway already hitting the points, and when he lined the switch, the car just went down just like that. For real? Did y'all have the zip switches? Do y'all have the zip switches? The non-derail switches? Where if you was going, we had zip switches. I guess that's what they call zip switches. If the car was lined to this track and it wasn't lined to the main, you could fly through that switch without the car derailing. It'll automatically lock in to the main after you hit it with the engine. Did you have those kind of switches? I did that one time. I was training. What was I training on the engine for? I think I was training on the, yeah, the run-throughs. All right, guys, I got this train done. As you can see, we got the M1s, M2, M3s, M4s. Now we didn't block the hoppers because they're going to be part of the hot shot. We're going to take those over to the siding, or take them over to the yard so they can take them directly to the Crestline plant. So we're going to blind the switch to go to the yard so these cars can be dropped off. Oh man, someone that used to work for RailServe. All right, you know what? I didn't have to worry about that unless I was on the engine. If I was being an engineer on the engine, I would do the log. I would get on there and log the train. You know, when I was doing the engine, I was training to be on the engine. I was on there with someone else. I was training on that Baby Red. I love that engine. That old Jeep 9, that old Jeep 9 could pull about 20 cars, maybe 22, 25 easily. And I'm talking about loaded. As long as it's on flat land, yeah, engineers have to paper log. Yeah, yeah, everything is logged from the time you get on that engine. From the time you get on that engine, you better be logging everything that happens. You got to log the time you leave a company. You got to log the time when you enter, when you leave the yard after you do your maintenance and maintenance check and all that stuff. Yeah, you have to log everything that you do. I know that we had a bad car and we send it out to the siding or a rip track or somewhere. Everything has to be logged. We're gonna set these cars out on up on the main in the clear. If this car could ever stay on track. Oh, what's up with this car? Oh yeah. I don't know. I think it was. I'm not 100% sure. What kind was y'all? Oh, y'all talking about trucks. I thought y'all were talking about trains. Say, I still got my switch list from where I used to work at. Oh man, I've been here for almost an hour, over an hour and a half. Damn. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go on and block this spot, this train, classify this train to the yard. I'm not gonna put it on the out on the main. I might just set it all in track one for now, and then we'll classify it later. First thing first, let's get rid of the caboose and set the caboose out. Are you talking about my layout? Yeah. It's set up where I can have as many up to 10, probably more than that. Everybody have their own side. There's never a dull place on this layout. I knew you was gonna do that, girl. You little pain in the butt. I'm gonna have to add some more weight to you. And this one too, I gotta add more weight to it. It's not gonna make that shove because it's just gonna come buckle up again. And it's pretty heavy. This is a very heavy shove. How many cars was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 27 cars. All right, I'm gonna call it here, and it's gonna be in. I'll probably more likely be back later on tonight. I'll be back around 7:30. So I gotta get me something to eat. I'm starving. So thank y'all for coming. This has been fun. From one fellow switcher to another. Thank you for coming, and I will see y'all in a little while. Until then, bye.